This is part 3 of 8.4 video. Remember, if we're dealing with shaded regions like we did in 8.3, you need to find the outside figure, find the inside figure, and subtract, because that will give you what is left over for the shaded region. So you need to know what each one of them is. So for 22, my outside figure should be a cone. And again, that's one base. So it's the area of the base times the height times 1/3. So area of the base is a circle, so it's pi r squared times the height. For my inside figure, I'm dealing with a cylinder. It has two bases, so the area, or sorry, the volume of this would be area of the base times the height. So this is again a circular cylinder, so this would be pi r squared times the height. But notice again, please be careful, the radiuses are different for each piece and the heights are different for each piece. So I'm going to kind of try to highlight the different figures. So my outside figure is my cone, which is dealing with these two pieces. Remember that for my cone on the outside, we still need the radius, and that's a half of the diameter. So I should have 5 divided by 2, or again, I can use the 2.5 as long as it's an exact piece. So we're going to plug in 1/3 pi 2.5 squared, and then times 11. We do not want to double round here, so again, you can do the inside as well first. You can do everything but the pi if you'd like to, and then plug the pi in. If you plug in pi early with your calculator, you need to make sure that you are not double rounding anything. So you can actually enter it exactly how it appears. 1 divided by 3 times, I have pi times 2.5 squared, close my parentheses, times 11. And remember, this calculator advantage of it is that you can see everything, so you can double check what you typed in was correct, and we should get 71.99 inches cubed. So again, I did it directly how it was there. You could do the inside first, so the 2.5 squared times pi, divide by 3 times 11. Just if you press enter at any of those stages, remember to make sure you keep that going. So if I did 2.5 squared and say I pressed enter, that's okay, times pi, I can press enter, that's okay, don't double round though, times 11 divided by 3. So I can do it in a different order since it's all multiplication and division, and I will get the same exact answer. So my second one is my cylinder, and I'm going to highlight this one in blue. So that's this figure here. So again, you need to make sure you're careful. The radius for this one is 2, which makes it a little bit easier to deal with. So we're going to plug in pi 2 squared. The height of this cylinder is 4, and again, double check, remember that the units are all the same, which they are. So I could actually do this multiplication without using my calculator first. 2 squared is 4 times 4, which gives me 16 pi. Now I can plug it into my calculator. So I have 16 times pi, press equals. Remember to use that arrow key if you have this calculator. So I should have 50 point, look at my rounding, should be 27. And as we did before with our shaded regions, we're going to take this and subtract off this. So 71.99, subtract off the 50.27. For space reasons, I'm not going to write that out, but that's what I did to get this answer. I subtracted those two to get my final answer for number 22. Going to number 24 that's listed on here, we have an outside figure, and we look at those sides, they match, so that's going to be a cube, which should be side cubed for my formula. My inside figure is a sphere. No shortcut here. It's 4/3 pi r cubed. So looking at this, for my cube, it's going to be, and all my units are the same, so it's 6 cubed. Put that in my calculator, and you should get 216 millimeters cubed. For my sphere, we have r cubed, and be careful, again, radius here should be 3 millimeters because that's the diameter in the picture. So again, I personally just try to go ahead and get rid of some of the steps that I'm going to be putting into my calculator. So what I mean by that is I would actually have 4/3 pi, and that would be 27, which is 3 cubed. So I can type in my calculator 4 times 27 divided by 3, or I can realize that 27 divided by 3 is 9, which should give me 36 pi. If I type this 4 divided by 3 times pi times 27, so even if I did it in the same order, this, remember, is going to plug in pi into the answer. So this is actually the approximation, which is 113.10 millimeters cubed. I'm now going to subtract the two, so 216 minus the 113.10. And again, this is an approximation because I actually have rounded one of the pieces. So I should get 102.9 millimeters cubed. All I did there was take the 216 and subtract the 113.1. That gave me the 102.9 as my answer. Going to number 28. In this case, I have an outside figure that is a triangular prism. There are how many bases on this one? There are 2 bases. And I have in the inside a rectangular prism. So remember, if there's 2 bases, the formula is area of the base times the height. So in this case, because there's 2 bases, the triangle would be 1/2 base times height, which is the height of the triangle, times the height overall. The rectangular prism would be length times width times height. Looking at my units, all of my units are the same, so I'm good. I'm going to use the highlighting portion of this. So my triangle is dealing with these 2 pieces, with my height of the overall figure being 11 inches. So I have 1/2 times 6 times 8, and then the height overall is 11. So inside here I have 48 times 1/2, which is 24, or half of 6 is 3 times 8, which is 24. So I end up with 24 times 11. You can put that into your calculator. You should get 264 inches cubed for the outside triangular prism. For my inside of my piece, which is my rectangle solid, we are dealing with the 3 inches, the 4 inches, and for this one, the height overall is still the same. So my length times the width will be 3 times 4 times the 11 for the overall, which is in green. So that's 12 times 11, which gives me 132 inches cubed. We subtract these 2 to get my answer of my shaded region that's left over. So 264 minus 132 gives me 132 inches cubed. That is my answer for number 28. Anytime you need to pause, rewind, watch it again, do it. Last piece for this section is going to be a formula that's given to you, Euler polyhedron formula. So it's the number of vertices, which vertex are the points at which 2 or more edges intersect, minus the number of edges. Okay, those are the line segments formed by the intersection of 2 faces, plus the number of faces, which is each polygonal region, will always equal 2. This will be given to you. I'm amazed at how many people get this problem wrong, and it's just about being careful what you plug in. Okay? So I like to say vertices minus edges plus faces equals 2, because again, I like to abbreviate what I have. So label what's given to you in the problem. We have 4 vertices and 4 faces. So I'm going to plug in 4 for vertices and 4 for faces. I need my edges. So I'm solving for E. 4 plus 4 is 8. Subtract the 8 over, that gives me a negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 1. My edges for this problem is 6. You can use an X as well instead of the edges as using an E. It's up to you. Just realize again, you can't have a negative for an answer here. You can't have a decimal. If you're getting a negative or a decimal, you did something wrong. So last one here, we have 12 vertices and 12 edges. So again, going back to my yellow highlighted piece, I have 12 vertices and I have subtract off the edges. I do not know the faces. So 12 minus 16 gives me a minus 4, a negative 4. Add 4 to both sides. 2 plus 4 gives me 6. 6 is my answer here.